Hi everybody, a very good evening. I'm Justin Gopani, the founder and CEO of Farm Decor Design. We are in the business of designing and manufacturing home and office decor and interior solutions and stuff. Presently, based in New Delhi, NCR, Noida. My office is at Sector 8, and I also undertake projects and I work out of various offices depending on the location and depending on where my projects and everything take me. So, uh, like I said, I'm the founder and CEO of I'm Decon Design. And pardon me if you can't hear me correctly, I'm actually down with a bad throat. And for people who find, like many other people, me loud, which is actually not true because there's so many people who've got good energy and stuff, and they can turn down the volume and stuff. This is the way I express, this is the way I talk, and it's really taken me a long way. And I speak at various forums. I'm an award winner as well. I represent my business at various forums and the country at various summits as well and stuff. You may not have seen me around for a bit in the events and stuff like that. The reason being that I was keeping unwell and stuff, and I'm going good. So, first of all, those who are following my social media page, yesterday's post on the medicines was not to scare anybody. I'm doing good. I'm doing great. As you can see me, I just switched off my medicines and stuff on my own because they were kind of working badly for me, negative for me. I try and avoid speaking about this, but since I'm doing a share here, I want to clarify that as I had those medicines which were given to me for my neck, cervical, they were partly wrong and too strong and stuff, and the result was feeling as if my legs are not going to move, my brain shutting off as if a rock is placed here, and swelling on my face and stuff. I think it was all linked to that, and of course, throwing up every now and then. The moment I would lie down and get up, I would throw up. The moment I'd be in my phone, I would be throwing up. The moment I would kind of sleep and get up, I would be throwing up and stuff and all that. And it got worse because I was having extremely dark thoughts on dying and death and stuff like that. So they say everybody has to go one day. सबको एक दिन जाना है. But the point is this, that one can't say what's going to happen tomorrow, but it's best if you live your life in an optimistic manner and feel blessed and feel alive that you're alive and you got so many amazing things to look forward to and stuff. Not just your family, but a lot to do for the world, and you got your animals and stuff for the world and all that. So you're here for a bigger meaning and a purpose. And in continuation to this message on a purpose and on goals and stuff, a question which I find with people may have is that do we always have to plan beyond 5 years? What if our plan is not 5 years hence? So that's all right. It doesn't mean that you don't have a mission or you don't have a goal or a plan. It depends on the work you do and stuff. So if you're in a let's say if you're a fashion designer, you're not going to get stuck on the concept of a vision of more than 5 years, because your trends and your designs and your collection and your packaging, your clientele, your market and everything is going to keep changing. But yes, of course, there are lots of brands. I remember meeting Mrs. Ritu Kumar at her office, people at Satyapol, various global business heads of big brands and fashion designers and stuff. I don't want to take the names here because that was a while back and stuff. But coming back to the present stuff and all that, if you're into design, if you're into architecture, if you're into creativity and stuff, it doesn't necessarily mean that your ideas have to be 5 years plus. You can have a short-term plan, and you can keep revisiting and reassessing those depending on the market dynamics and stuff like that. So if you were to take a look at the biggies, the bigger brands, let's say Tata, if you were to look at, let's say, Marks and Spencer, you were to look at international brands or Indian retail as such, okay, Wills, Lifestyle, or let's say Pantaloon, or you'd say Zara, or you'd say Kazo. These are the brands, H&M as a matter of fact. So these brands have fixed shops. So if you were to look at the US market, we have this brand called Forever 21. and they also went through losses and stuff. But the point is, the stuff is great, and they keep upgrading and they keep having these sales and stuff like that, which most of the bigger brands don't do. They have an annual sale. So the reason is that they want to do away with their stuff and all that because they've not had those sales and stuff, and they want to kind of, they want to kind of offer new and have more profit and sales in the showrooms and stuff like that. Okay, so what do they do in that case? They don't have a long term plan. They ditch the 5 year plan and they stick to seasonal plans and stuff. Okay, so let me read it out to you and here because from my experience I have a few thoughts here. So first is, do I have to have a 5 year plan? No, not necessarily. I've already shared this. You don't have to rely on the run of the mill ideas given to you by other people that a plan has to be more than 5 years and stuff. The reason is you have to be in a flex zone mode. So, what's a flex zone? So when you go and exercise, you have variations in your gym and in your health regime and your exercise and stuff like that. So, similarly, you have to have a flex zone where you see what works for you and what doesn't work for you, and you kind of make changes to your offerings or to your packaging or to your designing or to your pricing or to probably shifting to a new location, a new office, introducing something new and stuff like that, depending on the response from the market and stuff like that. So this is something which the CEO of the founder and CEO of Likeable Media also shares. We have very similar views because this was an interview I remember reading in this magazine called The Boldest Business Women. And I remember reading this, which I've written here. Women who have the best stories are the happiest, who've done different things and they've tried things differently. So there is a critical side to this as well, which is if you're doing too many things, then there's confusion. So some people think they're appearing dynamic and stuff, but some people could also question the fact that you're doing so many things. So is there a lack of clarity or something like that? So that's a personal journey. So the lesson here is to be open about new stuff, maybe a gig, and not be traditional. Try and be non-traditional, because if you're having kind of something which you're offering, you can actually benefit more from it, and so can your target audiences and stuff. Okay, a very important thing or an extremely important tip for people who are doing businesses is kind of you have to leverage your network and your pulse. So network doesn't mean that you're doing 20 different networking meetings and stuff and you think it's a relationship. A relationship is not about networking. And there was a video that appeared today, and I shared this a few months back, that if you're going to be visible in all the forums and you're only networking, it suddenly appears like you're a salesperson. In India they say selu, selu. So selu is someone who's forever just trying to sell themselves, their personality, their products and stuff like that. No offense meant, but you see insurance people, you see car people, you see people who are selling tourism and stuff like that. So you call them selus. Okay, so they're selling an idea. That's not a relationship. They're selling a product. But a relationship is something which you worked on, you kind of spent time, you hang around with those people, you work together with those people, and you're hand holding to grow. So that's what is the difference between a network and friendships or relationships and stuff, which take you a long way. They can be global, they can be local, they can be domestic, they can be international, and they can be any gender. Doesn't have to be necessarily men and women, because the fashion and design world is all about creativity, and creativity has a lot of people who are from the other side of the genders as well and all that. Okay, so leverage your pulse. The point is, if you're going to consider only those certain friends or those certain colleagues and former co-workers and your sisterhoods to be your only groups and stuff, that's going to be a sad spot to be in and stuff. You may look like you have a lot of relationships and everything, but I would term them as professional relationships. So try and dish out opportunities which help you kind of grow your network and develop a supportive system where you are kind of all on board, and your career objectives, your ambitions, your challenges, your anxieties, your fears, all the opportunities become one goal, common goal. So that's how there is a collective growth happening. So if you are in a setup, you're working for an organization, and the company has no vision, the company has no goals, the company has no plans, then everybody is going to be calling their own shots, and it's going to be, in Hindi say, a khichdi. So you have to have basically this clarity that where you have to go from here, and own your wins.